So how do I recover from being sick or even minimize the symptoms of being sick? Well, right now I'm what I would say sick. And you might say, hey, JD, you don't look too bad. Well, that's why I'm making a video, is because I have a strategy that whenever I start feeling a little run down, I do these certain things and it helps me not get sick. So this is what I would call sick for me, but I can still work, I can still do the things that I need to do, but it doesn't get taken into that next phase where I can't work, where I am miserable. And it's all because of these strategies. Now, the first thing that I want to say, and this is something that I learned from Henry Beeler in the book, Food is Your Best Medicine. Great book. I think it was written in the 50s or the 60s or even maybe earlier than that. And it's a very powerful book about physiology and things like that. But one of the things that he talks about in there is there's a misnomer. There's an old misnomer that used to say, feed a cold, starve a fever. So if you've ever heard this little phrase is you should eat, chicken soup, and you should eat things when you're sick, and then starve a fever. So don't eat when you're really sick. Well, it's a misnomer. Feed a cold, starve a fever. It's if you feed a cold, you'll have to starve a fever. Meaning you should start by minimizing the amount of food that you intake, even going on a fast when you start feeling sick, when you have that cold, when you have cold symptoms, so that your body can help fight the infection or help recover from whatever it is that you're dealing with. And that's the thing that I start off with. When I start feeling a little tickle in my throat, when I start feeling run down, I go on an extended fast, or if I am gonna eat, I try to minimize the amount of heavy foods, like lots of meat and fatty foods and things that are gonna take a long time for me to digest, because your blood is going to be transferred into your digestive system, and it's not going to be able to help you fight whatever infection or whatever you're dealing with at the time. So you want to try to use as much of your body's resources to help recover when you start feeling run down. So that's what I do. I might do an extended fast. Extended fast, so I mean 24-hour fast, so nothing extreme. But in that time, I'm resting. If I can take time off of work, I'll take time off of work. It just so happened that my schedule opened up so that I could lay down all day yesterday. I got to take a long nap. I went to bed early. I just rested. I ate some light food, some soup. I didn't eat a ton of food. I normally have 4 or 5 meals. I had 2 or 3 meals. I forget how much I had, but I didn't. And I even then I still fasted a long period of time. So I didn't eat until later in the day, when normally I would have eaten a lot earlier. So I extended my normal fast. So little things like that can help you, again, start moving in the right direction. Slowing down. Whenever you have any sort of symptom, you want to try to slow things down. So I was lucky enough to be able to go and take time away from work because I didn't have any clients. So, and I don't have any clients until later today. So I'm almost going to have a 24-hour period where I don't have to deal with anybody. So I can relax, I can lay down, I can get to bed early, I can take a nap, I can watch relaxing or funny things. That's one of the things that you want to do. You want to stimulate yourself, if you're going to be stimulated, with positivity. You don't want it to be negative. You don't want it to be heavy. You don't want it to be like a scary horror movie that's going to get you all ramped up. You want things to be light-hearted, fun. Comedy shows are a great thing. Uplifting television, or whatever it is that you can do. Reading a book, all right? Reading a positive book. Those things can help you not enhance the stress on your system, because what you watch can stress you out. This is why you get scared in movies. Your brain is hard to tell what's really going on. So with relaxing, you want to try to stay in that relaxed state, and that's what I do. Lots of comedy, lots of funny stuff. If I'm going to watch something, or relaxing things or uplifting things. I stop exercising, so this is something that I don't try to sweat anything out. I know a lot of people do that. If I would, it would be in the sauna, but even then, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't try to sweat anything out. I just rest. Main thing is rest. I try to avoid exercise because that's a stressor on your body. Although it can be a positive stressor, but it can be a negative stressor if you have too much stress in your body. That's what I talk about with exercise. You got to make sure that you're training and recovering from that training stimulus. So I will stop exercising. If I do any exercise, it will be very minimal, because I'm already starting to feel better today, and I normally would be at the gym training. So I'm thinking about doing some training, but if I do training, I'm not going to do my full workout. So even though I'm starting to feel better, I'm still not 100%. So I'm not going to do 100% of my workout. I would do maybe 40% or 30% of it. So instead of doing 10 exercises, I might do 3 or 4 today. So that's that. No heavy foods. I talked about that. I got a little list here. There's lots of things that I do. Water. I'm going to increase the amount of water. There's certain supplements that you can take as well. Zinc is one of those. Some people talk about other vitamins and things, but the main one that I do is zinc. And that leads me to the next thing, which these are something that I use. Cold eeze, okay? These are little lozenges and they are zinc, like time-released zinc. And again, zinc is a good supplement for that, but these lozenges I found are the only ones that don't have a bunch of crap in them. They don't taste great, so it's one of those ones that, again, they're not like, you're not like, oh, I'm gonna eat a ton of these. Like I think that there's like a limit on, you don't want to take more than like 4 or 5 in a day. But I've found that these ones allow me to get a little bit more zinc in, and they help you, again, kind of just like a normal lozenge, help coat that throat. But again, they don't taste great, so not a lot of people use them. Most people use these other ones that are just basically full of sugar. Sometimes they have like menthol in them. These ones are just that time-release zinc. But those are really the strategies that I do. The main idea behind it is if you can get yourself to slow things down, try to rest, lay down if you can. If you can't do that, go on a little bit of a fast, drink tons of water, start taking some zinc supplements, get some cold ease. Those are the strategies. De-stress your brain, get to bed earlier. We talked about mental mistakes and sleep deprivation. Why am I not feeling well? It's because I haven't gotten enough sleep. That's really the main thing. I've just been going, and your body needs recovery. That's really what sickness is, I've found in my life. Sickness is your body saying, hey, you're doing too much, sit down. And you go, no thanks, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Your body goes, no, sit down. And you go, no thanks, I'm not gonna do it. And then then your body says, no, I'm gonna force you to sit down. And then you go, okay, yeah, I can't do anything. So I try not to get to that point. I try not to get to the point where I literally can't, and you've been there, where you're sick and you're like, man, I can't do anything. Everything sucks. I kind of started feeling like that yesterday, where I was starting to feel weak and didn't want to do it. And I was able to nip it in the bud, and I start feeling a lot better today because I was able to rest. I was able to sleep. Last night, sleep wasn't great, but I was just stayed in bed. I just stayed in bed and rested. And that allowed me to wake up today feeling a lot better. Still not 100%, but again, I'm moving in the right direction. Whereas a lot of times in the past, you start feeling like that, start getting the tickle in the throat, then your throat starts hurting. I used to be someone that got sick twice a year where I had to take a week off of school. That's how bad it was. And seriously sick. It wasn't just an excuse for me to take school off. After I started eating healthier, started getting rid of some different things in my diet, that helped me get to a new level of health. But at the end of the day, I can still turn that around by overstressing myself, taking on too much, not sleeping, being in different environments, mentally, like we talked about. All these things can affect you, and your body needs that time to rest. I need it more so than many other people. I need that alone time. I'm gonna make another video on this, about personality types and who needs more alone time and recharge time. But I need that. And so when I don't do that, the stress and the level of impact on my body stays. So I have to, again, work on finding that balance, or else my body says, we're gonna make you find that balance, and we're gonna make you sit down and lay down and rest. So if you can do those strategies, I've found for myself, they tremendously help me not get into that, that crazy level of sickness. Now, if you don't get it quick enough, if you don't catch it quick enough, you're gonna end up, and I've been there before, where I thought, I'm not feeling that bad. But again, when I feel that little tickle in that throat, when I feel that little bit of scratchiness, when I start to feel more fatigued, mental mistakes from sleep deprivation on my video yesterday, when I start feeling those things, because I'm in tune with my body, I cut it off. But if I don't stay in tune with my body and I don't notice those things, then it's going to get taken past that point of no return, and the infection starts to wear over on your body. So if you can, again, go on a little fast, get some resting, drink more water, get some zinc, really start to lay down and relax and nap and get to bed early and just kind of de-stress, watching comedy or watching something funny or watching something lighthearted and just chilling out. Those are things that really help me make myself feel better, give myself that recovery, and move myself in the right direction. That's it for today. Hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow, and we'll see you then.